Okay. Good afternoon, my dear students. Om Sri Guru Basvalingaya Nama. Today the topic that I am going to teach you in this class is the poem that is On Children. This is written by Khalil Gibran. See, first and foremost, I would like to tell a few words about the poet. In examinations, especially while writing the answers of particular this poem, you must mention a few lines about the poet first, and then you come to the theme and the summary of the poem and what the question is asked, and that should be the answer. First, a few lines about the poet must be necessary to write in the examination, because this may attract the evaluators towards you to award the marks. First, this Khalil Gibran is, see, 1883, 1931. Is an American artist and poet, and his poems are considered as poetic essays. His poems are like essays, and just like the lessons, everyone could understand so easily. And as the Prophet is one of the most important collection of poems and the most important book written by Khalil Gibran, and this present On Children poem is one of the selection from that Prophet. And this is all about the poem in connection with or regarding about the parents and the children, about the parents and the sons and daughters. This main theme of this poem is, before going to the main lines of the poems, the poet asks 3 questions to all of us. They are very important to know, especially for the parents. This poem is very important to know, because whenever any parent forces any child to read, that will not be fruitful. With force, nobody can achieve anything in this world. With love and affection, everybody can achieve everything. If a student has interest in reading himself, he can read something. If we just force them to read, no child will read. This is the main thing. And first and foremost, you would like to ask a few questions. The first question the poet asks all of us is that, what do your parents, what do your parents expect from you? What a beautiful question he asked, my dear students, you see. What does every parent expect from every child? Because every parent wants, my son should become a doctor, my son should become an engineer, my son should become a lawyer, my son should become an IAS officer. Every parent should only think that my son should be like this, my daughter should be like this, my son should be like this, because they are very much possessive and they are very much demanding. Therefore, they always put a lot of pressure on the minds of the children and their sons and daughters, and this will not be fruitful, and this will never work, and this will never be successful. Parents should understand this. Parents should not be too much possessive about their children. Let them think themselves. Give them freedom in the life. Without freedom, nothing can be achieved in the world. If you ask your children, my dear parents, I would like to tell you, and you are the future parents, and thinking that the poet says to all of you this poem, he says that he will be the future parents, and if you ask your son and daughter to read, you sit in that particular room and don't come out of that room till the evening, and you should continuously read, I will be here only. The child simply holds the book and his mind will be somewhere else. You can control his physical body, but you cannot control his mind. This is what you should understand, my dear parents. Otherwise, there is nothing can be achieved in this world with force. Once there is a quotation said by Jawaharlal Nehru. He said, Before going to the main lines, these are the very necessary lines to mention in this class. Where there is force, there is no freedom. Where there is no freedom, there is no interest. Where there is no interest, there is no concentration. Where there is no concentration, there is no understanding. Where there is no understanding, there is no success. Where there is no success, there is no life. It all depends upon, my dear students, only forcing or putting a lot of pressures on the mind. Children will never become intelligent. Parents should do a thing that they must create such an atmosphere that the children should themselves hold the book and start reading. That the parents should make. Parents should not only force them to read. Forcing something will never become ripened. That will not become. See, therefore, and next question he asks, what do you expect of your parents? And next question he asks to the children, sons and daughters. My dear sons and daughters, what do you expect from your parents? What is your expectation? All children expectation is that my parents should give us freedom. My parents give us freedom to think. But no parent gives what the children's expectation is. They always force them. And most of the children says, most of the sons and daughters, they always complain against their parents. Hey, ಏನ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ, ಏನಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಏನ್ ಸರ್ ಮುಂಜಾನೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ತನಕ ಸಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಸರ್, ಬರೀ ಓದು ಅಂತ ಏನಿದು ಓದೋದು? This type of complaints are coming from sons and daughters. Complaints from the parents, if you know, they say that, sir ಏನ್ರಿ ಬೇರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಒಂದ್ ತಾಸು ಹೋದಲ್ ಸರ್ ಮನೆಗ, what should I do sir? I am spending a lot, lakhs of rupees on him to make him educated and to get a good education, but he never listens to me. He does whatever he thinks, she does whatever she thinks. They never listen to us. This is the complaint of the parents. See, and next question he says, have you ever felt that your parents are too possessive, demanding, and why? Yes, parents are always demanding, parents are always possessive, that my son should be like this, my daughter should be like this. This is right, this is 100% I agree with you, my dear parents, but having lots of ambitions and having lots of dreams on your children, that will not be good thing. Let them free. Let them think themselves. Ask them in a very polite manner, in a very affectionate manner that, see, you tell the importance of education to your children. Education is very important in the life, so please you try to understand this and do whatever you want, otherwise there will be no and nothing in the world. You just convince them in such a way that he must himself take interest in reading and getting proper education. Education with force given to any children will not be successful. This is the only thing what this Khalil Gibran, an American poet, he says. This is a very, very wonderful poem, and he gives such a beautiful message to both the parents and children. How should be the children and how parents? What should the parents do and what do the children do? These are a few things he explained in a beautiful manner, and is the message that the poet wants to give all of us, my dear students. That is very important. Is the Maria what is to tell to convey two lines of the what is his intention to tell to the parents, children? These are few questions you understand. His prices. What is this? Your children are not your children. What do you mean? Some people may misunderstand. Hey, this is my son, this is my daughter, and your son